Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have an amazing video for you. Getting a lot of questions in regards to what knife sharpener I use for my knives. This one is from a company called Kitchelens. Look at that. Cut resistant glove as well. We're going to get more into that. So a lot of the things that you're going to see on this channel is budget friendly options, right? Not everyone can splurge and ball and all those things, right? I'm one of those people. Don't get me wrong. There's times where, you know, I'll go all out, or I'll buy an expensive knife, or I'll splurge a little. But most of the times, you got to be budget conscious, right? You got to make sure you watch the wallet. All right, especially around the wife. I gotta make sure I hide all my receipts and you know, those kind of things. But you guys have seen this in one of my previous videos. Link in the description if you want to grab one. It's really good. It really helps, especially when you're trying to organize all of your knives and stuff. Keep everybody in one place. Going to try to dull those knives. Use this to resharpen them and see how much effort it takes to do so. And we'll educate ourselves on what these different steel materials, the materials these knives are actually made with, how well they hold the edge, and how they perform. All right, because we're going to be doing a little bit of cutting and so forth. So to get back into it, we're going to be using the cold steel Karidashi. We're going to be using the SOG Adventurer. We're also going to be using the CV Life, and obviously the Reed. You've seen this one in a couple of our previous videos. Actually, you've seen all these knives in our previous videos. So I'm going to open them up. We're going to get a little more in depth and up close and personal. I'm actually going to go over the different type of metal that they're made with, and then we're going to get into the cutting. All right, so we got that. This right here, there's three options on here, which is it's really good based on the blade type, the steel, and those kind of things. All right, so we're going to get more in depth with that as well. Let's unbox this thing and see what it looks like. This is the box it comes in. Kitchelens. Kind of a catchy name, right? Kitchelens. All right, let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. All right, nothing else in the box. Go ahead and toss that. Okay. Go ahead and toss that. Okay. Plastic bag, toss that. All right, so this is the cut resistant gloves. So we are going to test this out to see how well this thing is actually made, and if it's actually cut resistance, and at what level. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this to the side for now. Okay, here it is. Right, here it is. 1, 2, 3. 3 different sections there based on the blade material or the condition of the blade, what you're trying to accomplish, so on and so forth. So I'll show you how that's done. Let me give you a little more in depth of what these materials are and what they actually do. This is a 4-in-1. I believe they're referring to They're probably referring to the glove as number 4 because there's 3 options here. But let's see. Okay, so number 1. So number 1 is going to be the diamond rod. This sharpens ceramic blades. Take a look at that. That's number 1. This sharpens ceramic blades. And this is used to repair and straighten damaged metal blades. Okay? All right. So number 2. That's that middle piece right there. So number 2 is the tungsten steel blade. Tungsten steel blade right there. Number 2 in the middle. That's to coarsely sharpen and restore the V-shape cutting edge of metal blades. So if your blade is messed up or whatever the case may be, this middle one right here, that's what reshapes it and helps to get that V shape back in there. Okay. Number 3, last one. This is called the ceramic rod to finely sharpen, polish, and eliminate burrs on the metal blade. So basically what that means is after you've sharpened the blade, I don't know if you've done that before, but when you sharpen the blade, it has like let me get a blade and show you. So you get like these little edges on the blade, right? Like these little burrs. So what this does, it helps to file that down and break them off so you get a nice smooth edge. And you ain't got to worry about that stuff coming off in your food or whatever else, whether you're cutting or whatever. You can also use, if you have a piece of leather, like a old leather belt or something, those can normally be used to give it a final rub and, polish it up real good and get rid of those burrs as well. All right, so that's it for the sharpener. Let's get into the blades. And I'll also tell you the type of material that these blades are made with. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and put this over here. Kitchelins, it's called. All right. So, Kitchelins, it's called. We got the information on the sharpening tool. Now, Kitchelins, it's called. We got the information on the sharpening tool. Came with the cut resistant glove. Now we're going to talk about the knives. All right. So the first one we have is this one here, the cold steel karidashi. Okay. Cold steel karidashi. This one is made from 4034 stainless steel, 4034 stainless steel. Okay, this is used mostly in German and Japanese high. This is what they call it, German and Japanese high carbon steel. All right, German and Japanese high carbon steel. This is the cold steel karidashi, 4034 stainless steel. All right. There's a video on this knife demonstrating the unboxing and so forth. If you want to get some more information on it, take a look at that video. Let's jump over to the next knife. Okay, next up on the list here is the SOG Adventurer. This one is the 5CR15. So 5CR15 steel. This is more like a budget to mid-range kind of steel, used in most like kitchen utensils, kitchen knives, those kind of things. And you'll see it's got a little shine there to it. Is because when I put these into the knife case yesterday, I put a little bit of oil on them. It's always good to oil your blades if you're going to leave them sitting there for some time. Okay. All right. Next on the list, this one here, this is the CV Life. CV Life, this is more of a budget friendly or more of a budget friendly kind of deal. This one is made out of 3CR13 steel. Again, it's a budget friendly steel. You have seen this knife do all kinds of crazy things, all right? cut cans and all kinds of stuff. That's because this one is made out of D2 steel. It has great edge retention on D2 steel. Okay, so D2 steel, 3CR13 steel, 5CR15 steel, 4034 stainless steel. All right, so we got 4 different steel types there. We got the sharpening tool. We got the cut resistant gloves. Let's get to cutting. Rubber hose right here. I got my spike that I've been making since I started doing these knife videos. And I have this right here. This is a shrink wrap. This is the roll. This thing is pretty thick, and there's some material in here that really it really puts a dulling on a blade. So that's why I got this. So we're gonna give that a shot. So we're gonna do a paper cut using all 4 knives. We're gonna see how well they cut through the paper. Then we're gonna go ahead and cut these other objects here. And we're going to cut the paper again to see how well if they held the edge or not. And then we're going to use this to try to put an edge back on the knives. All right, that's a plan. Let's see how it turns out. The first one we're going to go with here is the cold steel karidashi. This is the 4034 stainless steel. Let's do the paper cut. Okay. Not bad. Next we have the SOG. This is the 5CR15 SOG Adventurer. Okay, not bad. Next we have the CV Life. This is the 3CR13 steel. Okay, not bad. All right. Last we have the Riot. Okay, D2 steel. This is how it does. Small disclaimer, since the last video I made, the part 2 of the cutting test of this video where I was cutting cans and those things, I haven't really sharpened back this knife. So let's see how well it held the edge. Okay, got a little tear there. Probably a burr in the knife somewhere, but we'll see. Okay. All right. We're going to cut some rubber hose. Karidashi. Cold steel Karidashi. 4034 stainless Japanese high carbon steel. Rubber hose. Not so bad. We're gonna give it a couple of rubs on the spike. Give it a couple of rubs on the spike, and just to be fair, we're gonna do what, 5 rubs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This thing here. Normally I try to cut it like that, but I'm just gonna cut the edge. All right. Okay. And just to be fair, you see where the plastic ends right there? So that's where I'm going to stop, okay? All right. So let's see. Did the Karidashi 4034 steel, high carbon, Japanese steel, did it hold the edge by simply just cutting it against that, just rubbing down, 5 rubs on the spike, and cutting that piece of rubber hose. Okay. Not bad, it held the edge. All right. Moving on. Okay, so next up is the SOG Adventurer 5CR 15 steel. Same thing, we're going to cut the hose. Okay. 5 rubs on the spike. 1, 2, 3. All right. Almost forget a step. SOG Adventurer. Look like it it sliced it, but not as clean. You can definitely tell that the edge is gone. Oh, see that? You get a fresh piece of paper. Yeah, you can tell that the edge is gone. So basically what it's doing is tearing it. All right? Okay. So next, CV Life. This one is the 3CR13 budget-friendly steel. 3CR13 budget-friendly steel. CV Life. Let's see if this thing can save a life. CV Life, save a life. All right. Cutting the rubber hose. Could be the oil on the blade or the thickness of the blade, but I don't know, maybe. But to me, it seems like it went through the hose pretty quick, faster than both. But okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Not bad. Can you see that? Okay. Did it hold the edge? Oh, wait. One of those things, you know, one of those things. Could be the width of the blade, or whatever the case may be. Let's jump over to the D2 steel. This is getting interesting. Okay, so here we are. Riet D2 steel. Rubber hose. Okay, made it through the hose. Five rubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I know you're saying normally cut away from yourself. Remember, safety first, okay? Don't matter how good you are at this stuff, safety first. All right. So my hands is like all the way over here. If for whatever reason I slip, I'm gonna go downwards because I am not pulling back all this way, okay? Okay. Here we go. Right there. Can you see that? Right there. Okay. I mean, it held the edge. There's more. It's a longer blade, so it could be that it's getting more, you know, a longer rub. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start halfway. It held the edge. It's not razor sharp, but it held the edge. Okay, so I hope this is going the way we thought it was going to go. At least, I mean, we're learning, right? We're learning. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use this, and we are going to use the number 2. Actually, we're going to give it one rub, 1 or 2 rubs on the number 1. One or let's say two each, 2 rubs each. Let's do that, okay? 2 rubs each, and then we're gonna cut the paper. So first one is the cold steel Karidashi. This is the 4034 stainless steel, German Japanese high carbon steel. Okay, so 1, 2. Next, number 2. 1, 2. Number 3. 1, 2. Okay. Let's check it out. So the steel got the edge back really quick. 2 rubs and I was able to put an edge back on this. Okay. All right. Next. SOG. This one is the 5CR15. Mid kind of budget steel. Same thing. So you see that curve right there? So when you're sharpening these, move with the curve, all right? Move with the curve. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. You see where my hands are? Keep your hands back here at all times. Angle this in a way where you're cutting away from yourself. Okay? Okay, it has sharpened it, but it did not do it, you know, put that edge back on it. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna give this 2 more rubs on each one. Let's do that. One, 2. 1, 2. Got a little bite there. 1, 2. Now we're cooking. Okay, so it did kind of put an edge back on it, but not as sharp as it was. So a couple more rubs, we should get this thing back to just as sharp as it was when we first started. CV Life 3CR 13 steel. This was very surprising. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Are you kidding me? So, oh. 3CR 13 MOV steel. It's a budget-friendly steel. You'll find this, I mean, on most cheap knives, but, I mean, come on. You could probably rub this thing on the concrete and it'll, well, maybe I spoke too soon. I probably spoke too soon. Well, how do you explain that? A couple more rubs and this thing will be pretty sharp. Okay, so next up. Riet D2 steel. See the curve there? So we're gonna have to work this one. Same thing. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Okay, it's sharp. D2 steel. So verdict is, it's easier to sharpen. It kind of holds the edge, but it doesn't hold the edge, you know, as well. But you can rub an edge back on it really quick. 3CR13 steel. One, two. One. You saw that? It was like it was biting it. Two. That's that bite I was telling you about. One, two. So some of the steels, it's really ripping it, grabbing it. This one is the 5CR15 steel. Okay, couple more rubs and we can get this thing. Let's do that. Let's see what it takes to. I'm gonna stand up and do this. Okay, so you can tell based on what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing when you're sharpening these knives. Once the tool starts to grab the blade, you'll see all the metal flakes and all that. Okay, so let's continue and then we'll see how sharp we can actually get this thing. All right. So I'm using the diamond and I'm using the ceramic. I'm gonna stay away from number 2 for right now because we don't need to. We're good on the edges. We don't have any blunt edges or anything. So basically, what we're looking for is we're just trying to sharpen up the edge that we already have. Better. Let's see what we can do to improve the karidashi. Like I said, we're going to stay away from the middle. We're going to work the diamond and we're going to work the ceramic. And I'm trying to pull straight back, guys. I'm not going in an angle to try to warp the blade or anything, but just try to keep it straight. Held the edge, took a better edge. 4034 stainless steel, German, Japanese high carbon steel. I would definitely say we can work this a little bit more to get that razor edge. But as you can see, the different steels will, they'll sharpen differently. Let's go back to this one. Notice it sounds different too. Oh wow. This is almost razor sharp. I did say almost. So look at that. A couple of rubs and really improved this. So there you have it. I believe the issue here is you see those curves in the blade there. I'm gonna try to let's see what we can do with this. And this is the D2 steel. So this is supposed to be good stuff here. One of the things I also want to take into consideration is this is a tougher steel, D2 steel, so it's going to require more efforts when sharpening this steel. Another thing to take into consideration, and trust me, it's nothing to do with the brand. We're talking about the steel. I have not sharpened this knife since the last two videos, and you saw what I put this knife through, okay? If you haven't watched the video, go watch it. It's on the channel. The Riet D2 steel, you're gonna see in the thumbnail, I have it in the knife like this. Yeah, watch that one. Running out of paper here, but as you can see, the edge has gotten way better. So what are your thoughts on this thing? I'm going to leave a link in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is on sale right now. It's great for, you know, kitchen knives, different steel. Obviously, you want to make sure you, you know, you invest the time into really taking your time and sharpening the knives. Again, listen, feel, look, be safe, those kind of things. Let's cut the glove. Let's check out the glove. But I'm definitely going to leave the link in the description for this thing. Pick one up if you don't have one, and it works. It helps. All right. It works on different types of steels. Some just take longer than some. Depends on the blade design, those kind of things as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that to the side. Cut resistant gloves that comes with this. Let's test it out. Okay, so I put a piece of paper in there, so if there's any kind of penetration, well, if the knife cut through the gloves, we'll see that on the paper. Okay. Spike. That wasn't part of the. Okay. Karidashi 4034. Stainless steel, German, Japanese, high carbon steel. Okay. Ready? SOG. This is the 5CR15 steel. Oh, look at that. So it looks like both of them cut through the gloves. Were they referring to the finger part of the gloves? Well, we're gonna spin this and change the spot. No. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Let's do this. And I don't see just the finger being the cut resistant, but we'll see. Spike. All right. It just happened to go in that finger. All right, we're gonna roll with that. Okay. Okay. Can you see? Okay. I know it's a mess here. I gotta clean this up before my wife comes down. D2 steel. Interesting. So, I'm not even gonna go any further. This, it did come with a glove, but it is not any kind of cut resistant. So please be very careful when you're using this and sharpening the knives. It might say cut resistant, but it is not. Now, in a situation where it, you know, you might like somehow graze your skin or your finger or whatever, yeah, but If you accidentally go full on, nah. All right, guys. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. As always, be safe. Thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you guys for watching the channel. I'm going to continue to try and bring as much content as I possibly can. You know, I do have a full-time job. I work a lot of hours during the week. So I try to make sure I you know, find the time to make this stuff happen. And I'm trying to bring awareness to things, trying to show you guys what works in the real life, things I use, budget-friendly options, those kind of things, right? Because we're all dealing with life in some way or the other, right? So again, thank you all for your time. Thank you for watching the channel. As always, please like, share, subscribe, be safe, and I will catch you on the next video.